Hey everyone, I'm excited to introduce you the Cold Plunge Bath app, a tool designed to help you integrate cold exposure into your routine, whether through cold plunges or cold showers. We will cover the interface, the saved activity, the available configuration options, the payment process, and user reviews. Plus, I'll recommend two of my other apps, Contrast Shower and the Garmin Analytics Chrome extension. If you're into cold therapy or improving your wellness, this is video for you. Let's dive in. The app's interface is designed to be intuitive and easy to navigate. At the center of the screen, you will see the main timer, which displays either the prepare, plunge, or rest countdown stopwatch timer based on the selected mode. Above the timer, you will find the current stage indicator, whether it's prepare, plunge, or rest. Your current heart rate and temperature readings are also displayed on the screen. If your device has an onboard temperature sensor, the app will use it, but note that readings may be influenced by body temperature. You can refer to Garmin's documentation for more details on sensor accuracy. If you have a connected Garmin Temper sensor, the app will take readings from there, though it might take some time after connecting. And the same regarding the heart rate. If you're using an external heart rate strap, the app will read the data from there. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a sets counter if you're in multi-countdown or multi-stopwatch mode. And the current time is displayed at the top, helpful for longer cold exposure sessions. Once you press the start button, the prepare timer will begin counting down, followed by the start of your plunge session. You can set the prepare time to 0 if you don't need it, or you can skip it anytime with the lab button. If you're in multi-mode, you can skip any stage, whether rest or plunge, using the lab button as well. When your session is complete, or if you press the start-stop button during the activity, you will have the option to save, discard, or resume and prolong your sessions. Additionally, if you have enabled the manual temperature option, you can see it on the top and edit the value before saving your session. By default, the app uses the last entered value as a starting point for temperature. Now let's go over the available configuration options. These settings let you customize your cold exposure sessions to match your personal preferences. I'll walk you through each one so you can get the most of your experience. But first, let's go through how to access the configuration menu on each device type. The way you navigate will depend on your specific device, and generally there are 4 types of Garmin smartwatches. Smartwatches with 5 physical buttons, with 3 physical buttons, with 2 physical buttons, and with single physical button. Please note that you can configure your activity only before it starts, so you cannot change settings when it's in progress. In mode setting, you can choose between countdown, stopwatch, multi-countdown, or multi-stopwatch modes. In countdown mode, once you start, the timer counts down until it hits 0. Then the save screen appears, but you can stop and save the activity at any point if you need to stop early, or you can prolong it. In the stopwatch mode, once you start your activity, the timer starts from 0 and you stop the activity manually based on your feelings. The multi-countdown and multi-stopwatch modes are similar to previous two, but designed for multiple sets with a rest stage between. Any stage, prepare, plunge, or rest, can be skipped anytime using the lab button. To work with the unlimited number of sets, use 0. Sets defines the number of sets for multi-countdown and multi-stopwatch modes. The plunge duration setting is used in both the countdown and multi-countdown modes. It allows you to define how long each plunge session will last. The duration is defined in minutes and seconds. The prepare duration is used at the very start of your activity and allows you to set a specific time to prepare before the plunge begins. This can be helpful if you need time to get into position or mentally prepare for the cold exposure. If you don't need a preparation stage, you can set the duration to 0 and the plunge will start immediately after you hit the start button. The rest mode is available in both multi-countdown and multi-stopwatch modes. It defines how the rest stage between plunges works. You can choose between 2 options. Countdown, here you have set a specific rest time and once it ends, the next plunge begins automatically. Stopwatch, this option allows you to rest for as long as you need, and you can manually start the next plunge whenever you are ready based on your feelings. The rest duration setting is used in rest mode countdown within both multi-countdown and multi-stopwatch modes. It lets you specify the exact amount of time you want for your rest stage between plunges. The record activity option allows you to set whether or not the activity should be saved and synced to Garmin Connect. When enabled, your cold exposure session will be recorded with all relevant data such as heart rate, time, temperature, and any other metrics. This way you can track your progress and review your performance later. If disabled, the activity won't be recorded to Garmin Connect. The Save As option allows you to choose how the activity will be categorized in the Garmin Connect app and what metrics will be recorded. You have three options: generic, breathwork, and cardio. Each of those will cover in activity section. The Save Title option lets you choose how the activity will be named when it's saved to Garmin Connect. You can select either Cold Plunge or Cold Shower based on your session. This is useful if you are using the app for different types of cold exposures, as it helps categorize and organize your activities. As mentioned earlier, this app can be used not only for cold plunges but also for recording cold showers. The touchscreen option allows you to enable or disable the touchscreen during your activity in case it's enabled on system level. It's recommended to keep the touchscreen disabled. This prevents accidental touches from water droplets, which could stop or interfere with your session. The record temperature option allows you to decide whether the temperature should be recorded during your session. If enabled, the temperature data will be displayed in your activity as a graph. The manual temperature option allows you manually enter the temperature at the end of your activity. This is useful because the onboard sensor might not always provide accurate readings, especially if your body temperature affects it. Not all users have the external Garmin temper sensor for more accurate readings either. For example, I use a shower thermometer like the one on the image to record the water temperature during my cold showers and then manually input that value when saving the activity. The record rest option lets you decide whether to include the rest periods between exposures in the total activity time. For example, if you do 3 sets of 5 minutes each, with 2 minutes of rest between them, the total time will be 15 minutes if rest is not included. However, if you choose to include rest, the total time will be 19 minutes, reflecting both the activity and rest periods. The alert type setting allows you to customize how you are notified during the activity, such as when transitioning between stages like prepare to plunge or plunge to rest. You can choose between three options: wipe, which gives a vibration-only sound, which provides a sound alert only, and wipe plus sound, which combines both the vibration and sound alert. This ensures you're aware of state changes based on your preferred notification style, whether it's just vibration, sound, or both together. In the About section, you can find key app information such as the version number, which is useful if you need to report a problem or troubleshoot an issue. It also contains the licensing information related to the app. Once you have saved an activity, you can view it in the Garmin Connect app or through a web browser. To access it via the web, go to Activities, All Activities, and select the one you need. On your phone is displayed right on the home screen. The data shown depends on your device and the Save As type. For example, with the Phoenix Sim Pro, for cardio type, you'll see time, average heart rate, and calories burned. For breath work type, time, average respiration rate, and heart rate are displayed. For generic type, the time and calories are shown, along with a default but irrelevant kilometers metric. When you open the Activities, the Overview tab reflects the same data as on the home screen. In the Stats tab, in addition to default metrics, in the last row you will find the manual temperature you enter at the end of the activity. The Labs tab will show one record for a single exposure, but if you used multi-stopwatch or multi-countdown mode, all sets will be listed. Finally, in the Charts tab, you will see heart rate and a temperature graph if recorded. There is also present a respiration rate and stress graph for the breath work type. All of those information we have just went over you can also find in the web version. Once you download the app, you will have a 14-day trial period. After that, to continue using the app, you will need to purchase a license which costs $3.49 per year. In some countries, additional taxes may apply. When opening the app after the trial, you will either see an error message that you are not connected to the internet or a payment code. If you see the error message, please open the Garmin Connect app on your phone and keep it open until the payment process ends. The internet connection is needed only on this step, and you won't need it anymore when using the app itself. Once you get a code on your watch, please go to payment page displayed on the watch, which is ksl.io/code, and enter the code there and hit continue. You will be forwarded to the payment page where you need to specify your email and the payment method. Once you submit your payment, it may take up to a minute to get the status on the watch. Once the updated license status will be loaded, feel free to close the Garmin Connect app on your phone and enjoy your activities. And last, but certainly not least, let's talk about the importance of your reviews. They play a key role in improving the app and ultimately enhancing your experience with it. I encourage you to leave reviews as it helps make the app better and in turn benefits you. Many features have been implemented based on your feedback, either through the contact developer form or the reviews section. Here are just a few: the manual temperature option, multiple modes like countdown and stopwatch, the multi-plunge feature and time of the day field, temperature recording, external sensor support, and many others. In fact, this app was created due to a feature request from a user of my Contrast Shower app who asked if something dedicated to cold plunge could be made. So here it is. Many kudos to Mr. Michael. Please keep leaving your suggestions. They make the app better and improve your experience. In the worst case, a feature won't be implemented, but in many cases, especially if requested by multiple users, it will be added. I also want to thank you for your ratings. I love it when you leave reviews, especially if you give 4 or 5 stars, and it seems like many of you have. However, if you haven't rated it yet and have been using the app for a while, I'd really appreciate it if you did. More ratings help other users discover the app. It's worth nothing that we've had some 1-3 star reviews, usually because users couldn't figure out how to modify settings or didn't like that the app is paid, even though they enjoyed using it. This pulls the average rating down to 3.5, which can confuse new users into thinking the app doesn't perform well, rather than realizing it's because of the fact of the payment. Some of users say that that's insane that the app is paid, but they don't think that it takes a lot of time and efforts to build those. So at just $3.49, the app costs less than an average cup of coffee. If you use it regularly, I believe it's worth the price. At least I use it every day for cold showers, and I would pay for it. Since no similar apps existed, I had to learn new technology and create it myself. And by purchasing the app, you're not just buying it, you're also supporting future projects that may benefit you as well. We will talk about one of those in the next section. As a bonus, I want to quickly mention 2 more apps I've developed. The first one is a Contrast Shower app, which was actually where the journey began. It's a simple but effective tool that helps guide you through hot and cold showers, notifying you when to switch cycles. I use it myself before fully transitioning to cold showers, and I highly recommend it. The second one is the Garmin Analytics Google Chrome extension, a handy tool that adds an extra page to your Garmin Connect platform. Initially created for personal use, it allows you to add customizable widgets like strike days, heat maps, and a monthly view. You can find more details and the installation guide via the link in the description. Although updates are currently on hold due to low demand, we may resume a development if more people start using it. Thanks for watching till that moment and enjoy using Cold Plunge app.